Hello and welcome. Now, in this lecture, we want to create a new screen called vendor registration. And the purpose of the new screen is to require more additional information from the vendor. Okay. Now, within the hot folder, we can create a new file and we can call this vendor registration. Then we can just call this vendor registration underscore screen vendor dot. And we can go ahead and create a stateless widget. And since we can easily migrate from a stateless widget to a stateful widget. So vendor registration screen. Okay. And if for any reason you don't have the material dot imported, you can alight and use control and dot in order to import the material dot. Now we have to return a widget known as scaffold, and this will give us access to a lot of predefined components. Now we want to go to this screen immediately. The vendor have successfully signed up using their email and password. So instead of returning this test, we can return the vendor registration screen. Sorry, vendor registration screen. Okay, now how to restart this? Remember, we had earlier signed up, so this should be the vendor registration screen we will see. Okay, waiting for this. Okay, great. Now back to the vendor registration screen. As you know, within the scaffold, there is a property known as body, and we want to use a widget known as CustomScrollView. Okay. Now within the CustomScrollView, there is a property known as slivers. Then we want to have an arbor, silver arbor, and we can give this silver arbor a color. So we can set the background color to colors but pink. Okay. Use Ctrl and S to save and see what. Okay, you can see we have it over here. And we can also increase the height of the silver harbor. To do this, within the silver harbor, there is a property known as toolbar height. We can set this to 200 and see how it will look like. Okay, I think this is cool. And also, we can remove this debug banner. To remove it, go to your main.dat file. Then within the material app, there is a property known as debug show checked mode banner, and we can set this to false. Hot restart, and it's gonna get rid of it now. Okay, waiting for this. Okay, it is gone.